Let's put our hands together for this week's special guest, Carl. All right, let's get straight into it. Em, who is Carl to you?
This is Carl. He taught me to see hurdles as humans to help me get over them.
And Christopher, what's your connection to Carl?
This is Carl. He's my personal security guard who almost killed me.
Charlie, who is Carl to you?
This is Carl, and he got upset when my dog got his dog pregnant at a dog park.
Woof. So there we have it. Is Carl M's hurdle helper, Christopher's sloppy security, or Charlie's displeased dog owner? Frank's team, you can start with M.
Could you just say again what he did?
He taught me to see hurdles as humans to help me get over them. I was a hurdler. I was known for hitting the last hurdle in every race I ever did. It was a psychological thing.
Right.
So Carl felt if I had a personal connection to it, I wouldn't try and smash it with my knee full tilt.
How old were you when you hurdled?
Probably started around 10, and then I tore both my hamstrings just after I qualified for World Juniors, humble brag.
Wow.
And my career was over.
So did you personalise every single hurdle or just the last one?
I personalised every single hurdle, but the last one, the first 9 hurdles were people I didn't really care that much about. I had to really, like, crescendo to the person I loved the most in the world for the last hurdle.
So who was the last hurdle?
My grandmother, Denise.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Did you ever knock Denise over?
Many, many times.
Oh, no!
Yeah, I didn't say it was a good technique.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to you, Christopher Pyne. What is your connection again to Carl?
Carl was my personal security guard who almost killed me.
And did your wife ask him to do that?
Brilliant. No, well, not that I'm aware of, no.
Does everyone who's a Member of Parliament get a personal security guard, or were you extra special and you got one?
No, I was the Minister for Defence.
So you needed one because your defence was shit house, is that?
And I've got to say, Carl definitely looks like he could be a security guard. They're the kind of pecs you could shelter under in a storm.
Yeah.
Wow. Carl! Oh. When did he nearly kill you?
Yes.
In Europe.
And what happened?
Yoga accident.
Well, I had a very heavy cold.
And he needed to get a thermometer. And he just really put his shoulder into it.
Oh, my God.
No, sorry, you had a very heavy cold.
I had a very heavy cold, and I was in Paris, and I asked Carl if he would get me some medicines from the pharmacy. A whole bunch of meetings I had to go to, and, you know, you fly in and you weren't there for very long, and I couldn't really rest, so I said to Carl, could you get me some...
Speed.
Some medicines.
Yep.
And so he did. He went out and he came back from the pharmacy, and I was staying in the Paris hotel, and...
And you talked for so long, he just started to strangle you.
And so I took the nasal spray and I positioned it against my nostril, and I fired the nasal spray into my nose, and it was so powerful that it threw me back onto the bed.
What?
And I was thinking, you know, I thought, well, that's great. And my nose is clearly cleared up, and off I went to my meetings.
It's so cleared up, the back of your head is missing.
Exactly. So I came back later in the day to the hotel, and I thought, mate, I'd need to use the nasal spray again, because you're supposed to use it, you know, several times a day. And so I did the same thing again, and exactly the same thing happened. And
You didn't learn from the first time?
threw myself back onto the bed, and I'm thinking, I thought, actually, this is, you know, amazingly, this is crazy. Something's obviously not right. So then I took the nasal spray down to the reception, and I said to the person on the side of reception, could you read this for me, because it's in French.
S'il vous plaît.
Lovely. So they read it to me, and they said, this is a room deodorizer.
Mate.
All right, Charlie, what is your connection to Carl?
This is Carl, and Carl got upset when my dog got his dog pregnant at a dog park.
Lies. Carl has no emotion. Next.
I think if you upset Carl, you'd be dead by now. What kind of dog do you have, Charlie?
I have a Scottish Terrier.
What kind of dog did or does Carl have?
A greyhound.
Ooh.
So there was a little stepladder involved, was it?
No, I don't know if you've... I don't know if you've ever watched dogs make love. The greyhound, presented. I don't know why I looked at you when I said that.
So, presumably then, his greyhound was pregnant a little bit later. So how on earth then did he make the connection if he hadn't witnessed the love-making session?
Oh, no, I said, like, I told
you came clean.
I said, oh, sorry, my dog was humping your dog, but it's totally fine.
Did the fornication end in puppies?
It did.
Oh.
And that is actually what really caused the trouble.
Oh.
When the dogs were born, they had, like, little beards. Like, they had, like, actual, like, tufty little facial hair. And so not greyhound looking at all.
I'm seeing Scottish, what are they called? Scottish
Terriers.
Scottish Terriers with just really long legs.
So we saw each other at the dog park again, and Carl brought it up with me, and he was none too pleased because he had these greyhound Scottish Terrier crosses. Actually, in reality, tiny but fast.
All right, it's time for an answer, I reckon. Frank's team. Is Carl M's hurdle helper, Christopher's sloppy security, or Charlie's displeased dog owner?
He could be a trainer for athletes.
I mean, he's too strong for athletics. Look at him.
That is
He's built like a pickaxe. Look at his shoulder.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like an upside-down Christmas tree.
He'd just be training you to go, don't jump him, just...
There's no shaking my belief that this is a Christopher Pyne story.
Yeah.
I can't help it, it's too good. And even if it's wrong, and if I'm wrong and that's a lie, I then hats off to you, sir, because that is wonderful.
So we're locking in...
Yeah, it's pretty obvious Carl has the haircut of someone who has been in the military. At ease, Carl. You're right, mate. That is the 1,000-mile stare. I've hung around a few army boys in my time, Carl.
It's unanimous. We're saying Carl is Christopher's friend.
Carl, please reveal your identity.
I'm Carl, Christopher's personal security guard, and I almost killed him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yes, it's true. Captain Carl nearly killed a cabinet minister. If it was with a candlestick, he would have won Cluedo. Thank you for your service, Carl.